Hello world, good morning, me again. It's the ninjas in the building. I'm just tripping. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope y'all doing pretty good, doing good out there in the world. Another day in COVID world, huh? Yeah, life, live it, let's do this. So, PlayStation 5 is discontinued. The older model. The older model, the first model that they just released is discontinued. They got a new one coming, which means that there's a PS5 Pro coming. Okay, but anyway, let's do this. Says here, PS5 reportedly getting a new hardware redesign next year due to supply shortage. It says a new report claimed that the PlayStation 5 will undergo a redesign, albeit once that only changes the internal hardware and not the console design. So that mean just like they had the PS4 Slim, that means there's going to be a PS5 Slim. But anyway, while the PS5 is still far from easy to actually get a hold of, anyone who does own the console will admit that it takes up a lot of room in exchange for access to some top-notch exclusive like the upcoming Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and the recently released Returnal. Owners have to make do with a rather chunky console, rather regardless of whether it's standing up straight or on its side, and it doesn't look as if that's going to change. Even with the new claim that Sony planning a new model for it, according to Taiwanese outlet Digitimes, as reported on by VGA 24/7, Video Games 24/7, industry sources have stated that Sony is looking to redesign the PS5, more specifically the console internal hardware and not its physical appearance. It's apparently aiming to reach it in 2022, and it will come with a new semi-customized 6nm CPU from AMD. That means the CPU speed is going up. Considering one of the contributing factors to the PS5 shortage is because of a similar global shortage of computer chips, the hardware redesign could help address the issue that makes it easier for people to buy a PS5. Said chip would be cheaper to manufacture, although it's not exactly clear what other benefits such a chip would provide. Furthermore, there's no guarantee that the information is accurate. Analyst Dr. Serkan Toto has stated on Twitter that Digitime has a spotty track record, so the report should not consider completely factual. It's likely that Sony will make a revised PS5 model that comes more powerful in some form in the future. After all, it did that with both the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 3 Slim and the PS4, the PS4 Pro. It's more a matter of when, and if not, and wait a minute. Let me read that again. It's a matter of when and not if it comes to a revision. And let's see, how far does it go? Oh, let me keep going here. I'm gonna post a link in the description box so you guys can read this. The lack of chip isn't the only reason why it's so difficult to get a PS5. The coronavirus pandemic obviously affected the production of the console at launch. Many units were hoarded by scalpers who would then sell the console themselves for a profit. It's a problem that has persisted for months, even after Christmas. As such, PS5 shortages are unfortunately expected to persist until next year as well. It's not just the PS5 though. The Xbox Series X and /S has suffered the exact same problem, meaning many people must continue to rely on their PS4 Pro, PS4 and Xbox Ones. Both of these consoles have received new releases and will continue to do so for a while. Though, let's see, for a while though. Okay, stops. So, okay, we know we got the pandemic, right? the older model PS5 is discontinued. Okay, it's already discontinued. So they're bringing out a slimmer version. So it probably has a little higher end CPU, probably more memory to it. Or it could be fully backwards compatible. Okay, to address that, maybe the PS5, the PS5 Slim is fully backwards compatible with PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and also 5. It could be that, but the older model is discontinued. So maybe Jim Ryan has been paying attention to what people have been saying about backwards compatibility, how bad they want it. So maybe the Slim is a fully backwards compatible PS5. That means that means you can play all generations of PlayStation from the 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up, and then that will address the PlayStation Now issue. Since you already got the games, you can just play them. So it could address. I mean, the article says is to address the shortage with the PlayStation 5 consoles. But my thought is it could be to tackle that backwards compatibility that they're missing out on with the original. So right now it's up in the air, you know. So but according to the article, there is a PlayStation 5. There's a new redesign. So only time will tell when the newer model comes out. But you best believe that the Slim could really address the backwards compatibility issue. Okay, and that's the story with that. So the older model right now is discontinued, and for those scalpers that's selling the older model for a profit, they're in for a rude awakening. Nobody's gonna buy it. You know, people will wait on the newer models. You know, so. And plus, Sony probably will have to set up a system to where people use their PlayStation account name from the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 to get a newer model, you know, to get the newer model, so they can control the scalpers. So everything right now is on the table, but you best believe that the Slim could be fully backwards compatible with all PlayStation games. Okay. Just remember that. But anyway, I'm gonna leave a link in the description box so you can read this article for yourself. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.